Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. Today I'll be presenting my e-portfolio that is about poor internet connection towards online learning among students in Malaysia. Before we dive in deeper, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nurjulana Zakira binti Lamanangka with student ID BA20110357. I'm currently a student in the Faculty of Social Science and Humanities, specifically studying geography, and I'm currently a second-year student. My hobbies are reading novels and listening to music. The reason I choose this essay is because the most important aspect of online learning is having an internet access. If the internet connection is poor, online learning will be more challenging and students may find it difficult to understand the subject being taught. Therefore, they need to improve the speed of their internet connection so that learning may proceed without any problems. Upgrading the internet may not be a major barrier for those who can afford the plain internet, but it remains a problem for students who live in rural areas and have a very poor internet connections. Then I want to show you the mind map that our group created. And based on this mind map, you can see that there are a few causes and effects referring to my topics and as well as a few solutions that I provide. Moving on to my first artifact that I choose to be included along with the essay is this video. In this video, which I got from the YouTube channel Bernama TV. This video demonstrated how the commitment of the federal government to implement Phase 1 of the National Digital Network Jendela in Sarawak between the years of 2020 and 2022 can assist the state government in meeting its objective of obtaining better and more rapid internet access by the year 2030. When the infrastructure is finished as planned, it will be possible to solve the issue of poor internet connection that exists in rural area. As a result, this action is very beneficial for all the participants engaged. This is my other artifact from this article that was written by Daryl M. West. I want to draw attention to the problems of poverty, high-priced gadgets, and outrageous phone bills. When students' parents lack disposable income, it makes it harder for them to purchase digital gadgets or access digital services. Additionally, data bills might be rather pricey. The more the number of times a person uses their phone to access data, the more costly it becomes. Because of this, parents choose to utilize free or low-cost items. When children are taking online classes, this is a major cause of internet issue. Interruptions are a common occurrence for them. They are among the unfortunate people who will not enjoy the benefits of the technological revolution. This is the other article where it is one of the artifacts in this essay. The problem that drew my attention was the fact that according to 59% of respondents, the internet connection was the greatest obstacle to online education. This demonstrates conclusively that the internet issue is responsible for the drop in student education. In addition, research shows that pre-recorded lectures posted to Google Classroom and YouTube are the preferred online learning techniques. This is because students may replay the recorded lectures several times to gain a better understanding of the topic. This may also help them better prepare for the tests and quizzes. And this is my completed essay. In conclusion, rural areas have limited internet networks due to weak, slow, and unpredictable connection. Some users can log in directly. Thus, the issue of poor internet connection for online learning among Malaysian students and recommends more compelling incentive to establish a stronger network infrastructure. I hope pandemic-era students adjust well to online learning. Due to poor internet connection, their academic outcomes and desire to learn might decrease. That's all for today. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Nushara binti Imrat. and I'm going to present my e-portfolio that I've been working for months. But before that, I would like to introduce myself a little bit first. I am from Senegal, Sabah. I'm one of UB students currently studying for software engineering as my major course. So without wasting any time, let's just get into the e-portfolio itself. So this is the title of the issue that I come up with, which is the struggles during online learning among Malaysian students who are falling behind. So the reasons for choosing this essay title is, first and foremost, I like to share my thoughts on the topic because I've been experienced being left behind during online learning. Other than that, I also would like to widen my knowledge regarding the matter, so that not only I can improve myself, but also for those who have been struggle the same thing. Now let's go to the complete essay. So here in the body paragraph 1 and 2, I had explained on the solutions of the issues. So basically, I propose forming a small online group consultation with teachers and organizing a reasonable timetable or schedule as the strategies to solve the problem. Contrary to traditional classroom, teachers having difficulties to engage and monitor performance of each student during online classes. By having an online small group consultation with teachers, the students-teacher relationship might be improved, and students might have a better understanding on the subject matter. Other than that, teachers also can evaluate them individually in this manner. This strategy, however, won't work efficiently on the students who prefer study independently rather than in the group, because they might tend to reserve themselves and communicate less during the consultation. One of the reasons on why students fall behind is because they lack of time management. Therefore, I propose organizing a reasonable task schedule in order to manage time wisely as the second strategy for the problem. By doing this, not only it can strengthen self-discipline, students also may minimize procrastination by organizing a flexible task schedule based on the task priority and energy appropriately. Furthermore, students will be able to finish the homework on time and reduce their worry on the other unfinished homeworks. However, this strategy needs a big amount of consistency in doing so, or else students couldn't follow the schedule accordingly. Moving on to the artifacts and reflection sections, here I chose a video from YouTube that shares the tips on how to catch up on studies. After watching the video, I realized that there's actually a lot of things that we can do as a student in order to avoid being fallen behind. The key are time management and effort. Here in SVM article websites, I have learned the voices of students on their own perspectives and ideas on how online learning had affected them throughout the years. Same goes with the article here that emphasizes the importance of teachers and schools to guide the students who are falling behind. I guess that's all for the e-portfolio presentation from me. Thanks for listening.
Hello, my name is Nurul Aliana binti Alilor. My metric number is BI20110162. I'm going to present my e-portfolio. My title is Social Media Distraction Leading to Online Learning Challenge Among Students in Malaysia. This is a little bit about me, my name, student number, email, some of my interests and hobbies, and I currently take software engineering as my current program. For introduction, I am a second-year student of software engineering. I want to learn more about this industry and meet new people who have the same interests as me. So far, I really enjoyed the courses that have been offered in this program. The reason I choose this essay title is because social media distraction is faced by many students that are doing open and distance learning, especially after the COVID-19 affect Malaysia widely. I would like to know and understand the root cause of this and the solution. Moreover, I'm also a student and one of the victims. So I hope by doing this essay, I can find an effective solution to improve myself too. Before looking at my essay, these are the artifacts that I use. The first one is social media addiction, what it is and 4 ways to overcome it. This article helps me to understand the overall idea of social media addiction and how to handle it. Secondly, why being accountable is important. It proposed that accountability is important to change and improve, which is needed if the student want to stop the social media addiction. Thirdly, what are the disadvantages of social media education? Many believe that social media is useful to education, but why social media distraction happens? So this article gives an explanation on the negative side of social media, not only from the student's perspective, but also the teachers. In my outline essay, I stated that this essay proposes parental monitoring and limiting smartphone usage as the solution. After doing more research and completing the draft essay, I've given my complete explanation in my final essay. The first solution is parental monitoring over the student as the replacement for the teacher. Because teachers cannot assess the student when doing e-learning, the parent have to take the responsibility to hold the student accountable by making sure the student focus on their learning classes. The benefit of this method is, according to Salem 2017, accountability is the method to change someone's habit, in this case social media addiction, so parents can help their children who are addicted by monitoring and encouraging them to change. However, there's downside. This method cannot be done if the student live alone and both of the parents go to work. The second solution is limiting smartphone usage per day so students won't be too independent on the device and social media. Students can set a screen time limit on their phone setting or just install an application that has similar functions so they can stop scrolling social media during online classes. The advantage of the solution is it can be done independently without help of others, unlike the first solution. So, students who live alone can use this method. However, it requires strong discipline to be consistent with the progress. Also, it is hard to say what is a good screen time limit because everyone is different. But it is safe to say as long as social media doesn't distract one's daily life, it is considered a healthy amount of time. So students have to check what is their own amount of healthy screen time. In conclusion, this issue should be taken more seriously so students can be aware of it and take action to prevent and resolve it before it becomes worse. That's it for me. Thank you for listening.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to summarize my e-portfolio, and my topic is lack of effective communication challenging online learning among students in Malaysia. A little bit about myself. My name is Olivia Joseph, and my hobbies includes reading, listening to music, and working out. And I am a student of hotel management program. My reasons for choosing this essay title is because I am genuinely interested to give my own ideas regarding this topic, and I understand the struggle to study online due to pandemic COVID-19, and thus I believe that by doing research about this topic, I could improve my knowledge on handling communication barriers among students. This essay will discuss the causes and effects of a lack of effective communication as well as possible solutions to this problem. For the first solution is to choose to use less data consuming apps. Helen Wong, caretaker of University Malaysia Sabah, stated that students are having difficulties with communicating in online learning due to limited internet coverage, especially those who come from rural areas. Apps such as Microsoft Teams can be seen as useful apps to conduct online learning as activities and classes, and it is indeed proven to help with increasing students' interest and satisfaction in studies. Body paragraph 2 weighing the weakness and strength for my solutions, and the strength will be providing a hybrid learning method which give advantages to students in many ways, and one of them is helping students to develop their communication skills and help them acknowledge their responsibilities with in-person lessons and online classwork at the same time. And the weakness will be the idea of including more active communication activities might not be the best solution to these issues because doing all the online classwork requires full commitment on the students' part, and not everyone is willing to be part of those activities in classes. This is the top 3 artifacts that I am using to complete my essay. The first artifact that I've used is a journal regarding information communication technology ICT in education. This article came up with the idea in which a well-designed training program is essential to meet the demand of today's teachers who want to learn how to use ICT effectively. The next artifact is talking about how to communicate effectively during online classes. The last artifact is a YouTube video on the importance of effective communication by the Academic Skills University of Melbourne, which immensely helped me to complete my essay. This video is delivering perfect information on why it is important to have effective communication, not just limited in the student's perspective, but also from the teachers and general listeners' perspective. As a conclusion, I have to say that it is indeed very important to stress on how mastering effective communication can help students to do well in this online learning. That is all for my presentation today. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Paratika binti Piturul. My topic is lack of motivation towards online learning among students in Malaysia. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Paratika, as I mentioned, and I'm from Sabah, and my field of study is accounting. The reason why I choose this essay topic is students, including myself, are facing the same problem with online learning. I can improve my knowledge about this topic and relate to myself. And this topic can help me to figure out the best solutions to boost my motivations towards my studies. In my essay, I've been highlighted 2 main factors that cause this issue happen, which is no interpersonal touch between teachers and student, and students tend to lose focus in class. In one of my artifacts that I already read, it shows how challenging it is for students to do online learning. As the time goes by, students feel that online learning drains them mentally and emotionally because there are many side effects of doing online learning. So the different situation before and after the pandemic started has given a backlash to their psychology. So in my essay, I already addressed the main factor why this issue happened. So I already proposed two solutions, which is the teachers can create an interactive and effective online learning environment that is suitable with the current situation. So because attention is the main obstacle when it's come to online learning. So maybe teachers can make interactive and effective learning module to be used in class to attract the student interest so that the student can enjoy the class more. This is because students will be more willing to put in their focus and time if the subject is interesting for them. So when students feel interested with the topic, they will easily focus in online learning class. So maybe teachers can use various type of method to attract the student interest so that the students can be more focused in class. So the next solution is teachers should set realistic goals for each session of the class because every student has a different cognitive style that result in different way of the student perceiving the information, thinking and remembering the lesson. So every student probably have different speed in catching up the topic. That's why some student might take time to understand the given topic and some might understand the topic better than the others. So because of this difference between the students, setting small and attainable goals for each class instead of too much input at one time is better so that the student doesn't feel discouraged to learn. However, there are pros and cons in my solution. So even though this solution can help the student feel motivated in class, the teachers might find the solution a little bit burdensome to them because teachers have been learned and trained for years to teach in physical class. So when the sudden changes happen, it will be a little bit difficult for them to change and come up with a new teaching method that is different from their usual teaching method. So I chose all those artifacts in my essay as reference for my research, as this article gave me an idea how the pandemic has have affected our education system. So as I'm doing my essay, I can understand why such issue can be a big problem for some of the students. That's all from me. Thank you.